And we're back. There are some fantastic screwball comedies from the 30s, the late 30s, and the early 40s out there, and this was not one of them. This was not smart. It's just our opinion. This was not smart. This was not sharp. This was not funny. Boy, I really enjoyed Carole Lombard though, and I really enjoyed Robert Montgomery. And I don't think it's their fault. I don't think it was Alfred Hitchcock's fault. I think he was wasted in this. I think that basically the script and the screenplay just wasn't very good, not smart. We're going to talk a little bit more about some of these great screwball comedies. Carole Lombard reminded me a little bit of Madeleine Carroll from the 39 Steps, and she just was radiant and very good in this. I loved her. Hitchcock really did love her. They were very good friends, and he did want to have her in one of his thrillers. Unfortunately, he never got the chance. This was actually the last film that she ever saw herself in, because she was tragically killed in a plane crash in 1942. She made another movie after this one, but didn't live to see it. She was 33 years old when that happened. So, well, that's no fun. So yeah, you know, definitely waste of Hitchcock. I bet you they had a lot of fun doing it, and I think maybe that's the problem. They were having so much fun off camera that they forgot to have fun on camera. The editing wasn't very good. Yeah, you know, I'd be interested to hear what our viewers think of this one. I know what Diane and I think. So what's a screwball comedy, anyways? I'm gonna link up a link down here. Just to go on Wikipedia and read up on screwball comedies. The heyday for screwball comedies was the 30s and the 40s, and from a certain point of view it's a dead genre, but not really. I mean, if you read the definition of what a screwball comedy is, there's still screwball comedies made today, and they're funny, they're worthwhile. If you're not sure what they are, just right this second, think Cary Grant. Think all those great black and white movies that Cary Grant was in. And if it was funny and Cary Grant was in it, and it was in the 30s, it was a screwball comedy. Some of our favorites, just to say, well, in particular, The Awful Truth, starring Cary Grant and Irene Dunne. I always get the leading ladies mixed up. I'm not there yet. But what we just saw, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, there are many parallels, and Diane kept pointing them out. I've seen The Awful Truth 2 or 3 times. She has seen it more than that. This Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie is a poor man's Awful Truth. If you think you might want to get into this, rent The Awful Truth. That is excellent. Some other great examples we love: You Can't Take It With You, My Favorite Wife, also starring Cary Grant. We mentioned a bunch of them last week. Those are all excellent. Ball of Fire with Barbara Stanwyck, Christmas in Connecticut with Barbara Stanwyck. Boy, these are just some little examples. Clark Gable made a bunch of great screwball comedies in the 30s. Katharine Hepburn, boy, Irene Dunne, as mentioned. Jean Arthur is so funny. Rosalind Russell, James Stewart made some, and of course apparently the queen of the screwball comedy, Carole Lombard. We must admit we've not seen her 3 or 4 movies that she's known best for, and sadly a lot of them aren't available on Netflix. So we really tried, but we couldn't get them. So definitely saw some Brandy. Boy, Brandy was everywhere. That was a little Hitchcock touch. That wasn't in the original screenplay. When when Mr. Smith was pretending to be out of it, and he was talking about taking a holiday for 2 weeks, that was a bit of Hitchcock in there, because he had promised to take Alma to St. Moritz to Switzerland for a 2-week trip in the first 2 weeks of December, and that never happened in 1940 and 1941 because European travel was not advised. There was a war going on. That little bit of bathroom humor when the parents of Jeff were off in the bathroom and they kept hearing that noise. That was the toilet flushing, and with the production code you can't have the toilet flushing, so they were just clanking pipes to make that sound, and that was their way of kind of getting around the censors. But that was a little Alfred Hitchcock. And yeah, the Brandy, drink it down, it's like medicine. That's really cool. We'll definitely see that again and again. Pretty cool. So yeah, and the cameo was not a real good one either. That was Alfred Hitchcock walking across the road. So good. Well, that's all we have to say about that one. Real curious to see what you thought I got more out of The Farmer's Wife, frankly, than this one. Did not like this one. What can you do? So, but we're back in the saddle next week for Suspicion, also from 1941. So we'll talk a little bit more about 1941 and what won Best Picture and all that good stuff. So great. So we'll see you then. Real curious to see what other people thought about Mr. and Mrs. Smith, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The last screwball comedy. And you know, we do anticipate the comedy Trouble with Harry way down the line that Alfred Hitchcock directed. That's different. That's a black comedy. I mean, and there's a, you know, the Trouble with Harry was he's dead. so they're very much more Hitchcockian. This he really probably was just filming this screenplay, like he said. And he also spent the rest of his life saying that he was quoted as saying he didn't really want to do this, but in a weak moment he said yes to his friend Carole Lombard and ended up doing it and regretted it for the rest of his life. That's not my understanding for what you can read about. The RKO archives suggest that Alfred Hitchcock really did want to do this project. He did want to do this movie, and he did want to work with Carole Lombard at the time. So who knows? None of us were there. We don't really know. But anyway, so good. So we look forward to Cary Grant and Joan Fontaine in Suspicion next week. Great Hitchcock movie. We'll be back in the saddle, and so good. So from our couch to yours, we will see you next week.